The stuff you've been doing with Braun Strowman's been, I mean, it's viral. You've had so many moments.
Yep.
Do you go into them going, if we hit this right, people are going to talk about this?
No, I don't think I didn't. You know, I was excited to be able to work with Braun. I think there was a natural chemistry there. Like we had maybe touched one time before in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal last year. And I was like, oh, we could do something there with me and him. But then it's like, what do you do? And then it's Hunter obviously had great vision for things, came up with like the car angle and everything. And then once we were filming that, it's in the moment, I was like, okay, this is going to be cool. I think people are going to really like respond to this. And then it ended up being WWE's most viral moment for the week. I think it got almost 13 million views across social media platforms. So it worked.
But you can't practice that.
No, you can't. It's one of those things like the car's there and it's like, if we practice it, we're going to destroy the car. So it just has to be, and that's also was all one live take as well. Some people thought that maybe we stopped, recorded that earlier in the day or something, and then, you know, did the rest live. And I was like, no, that's all one continuous thing. Everything me and Braun's done has been live.
Man.
Yeah.
Do you, like when you're up there and you're about to jump onto the car, when you're about to do the tsunami onto the car, are you thinking about your knees?
Sometimes, yeah. I always wear knee pads. Like, but I've sort of, I think from doing it for so long, like even in independence, I used to do a frog splash. I stopped doing that because I injured myself once. And then I went to the normal style sort of splash. But I think my knees are so like conditioned now that it's okay.
But, like, it's one thing to do it in the ring. It's another thing to do it
on a car.
On a car.
Yeah. It's one of those moments where like I climbed up onto the wall and I did it earlier in the day just to see how high it was. And I was like, it'll be fine. And in the moment, obviously, like it's live television show. You just have to go for it.
There's a moment before you climb up there, before you do the tsunami on the car, where he throws you across the hood of the car.
Oh, yeah.
And you land hard on the asphalt.
Yeah.
And nobody's talking about this.
No one except everyone backstage when I got backstage was talking about that. Hunter thought I broke my neck or like cracked my skull open. They were hoping that I was fine. It was just like, just happenstance. So he checked me across the car. Obviously, I didn't think about I was going to be all sweaty. And that thing, I don't know if they buffed the car earlier, but I just slid straight off. And luckily, like, you know, from years and years of wrestling, I've always been taught to tuck my chin. And as soon as I felt myself going, I tucked my chin as much as possible. And I sort of just landed across my traps. Again, luckily, I have big traps and stuff like that. I feel like someone else that could have been very bad for them.
I mean, when you watch it back in slow motion, it's like, that actually seems legitimately scarier than the car spot.
Well, it's the same as right before that, I get choke slammed onto the other car. And because it didn't, for some reason, it didn't make like a big sound or anything.
Yeah.
But that hurt much worse than anything else in that segment. Like, I got picked up and thrown onto a car, and I don't think anyone appreciates it.
What's crazy is that a choke slam onto a car has been a big spot in other matches.
It's true, yeah.
And here it was just like, oh, that's just the thing that happens before this.
Yeah, it's getting to that point now where we're doing some crazy stuff where it's like, what do we do now to try and one up that? Like it's
and how do you? How do you do that?
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's trying to be inventive and still stay within the realms of being, you know, nothing too crazy. I think things still need to be safe, but it's hard to come up with new stuff.